a collection of shorts where each one seems mildly rapey.
Ooh, Yaoi review.
Hi everybody, it's Corbin, and today I'm here to talk to you about Because I'm a Boy by Asia Watanabe. We'll read the back and we'll delve into the nitty-gritty. There is no denying the bond of love between two friends. Yo is in love with his childhood friend, Tamaki, who is trained to be a Shinto priest. Yo's curse? The fact that he was born a guy, and his lovesick heart can't take much more. One day, Tamaki accidentally finds Yo pleasuring himself in the bath. Thus begins a captivating story of romance, sexuality in full bloom. It includes sexy SM bonus stories, or bonus manga. Now let's delve into it. It's rated 18+. It's published by Kittymedia. Let's talk about art style. I have to be really careful what I show you guys in this. So, art style wise, it is not my favorite art style. I feel like there's too much emphasis on too big of eyes. There's too much too much focus on the eyes. They're way too big. They take up too much space. Other than that, it's mildly appealing. The heads are a little small for the bodies, but it all works out in the end, and everybody looks really kind of cutesy, and it just works. So yes, it's not my favorite. As far as art style goes, it's probably what hurts this the most for me. Now, it's a collection of shorts, and let me get to the table of contents. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shorts. And I think it's almost every other one is kind of a like bondage fetish kind of video, like kind of thing. So let's start with the cover story, which is Because I'm a Boy. Now, Because I'm a Boy is exactly how the back says it goes. It is between a set of twins, one's a boy, one's a girl. They're pretty much identical physically. And a boy who's training to be a Shinto priest. Well, a man. They're all grown-ups. And one of them's really jealous and wants to be... It's festival time. The male twin is in love with the Shinto priest. His sister is getting ready to perform a big ritual and with dancing at the festival and everything. He's jealous of his sister. The Shinto priest walks in on him in the bathtub, pleasing himself to him and saying how much he loves the Shinto priest. And the Shinto priest says, well, I love you too. And that's kind of how that ends in a nutshell. The next one, I'm going to skip through them because some of them I don't remember what they're about. Shape of Love is probably going to be the first one. I don't remember what it's about. Oh, this one was a really weird one. This one is pretty much about a foster kid. Well, he's not really a foster kid. His stepdad has a twin brother and was pretty much either married or best friends with the mother of the kid. The kid's mother dies, they take care of the kid. He's freshly 18, proclaims his love to his stepfather and that he wants to have sex with him. And then he ends up having sex with the brother. It's just a really confusing story. He tries to commit suicide because they're going to go send him to live with his biological father. And it's just very teenage angst. It was good. It was just a lot of teenage angst. And it ends with him staying with both brothers, which are almost identical, and sleeping with both of them. Yes, it was a very weird. Ropes of Love is the first of the really odd stories. So let me double check that I'm not mixing this up. Yes, Ropes of Love is about two teenage boys who go back to their abandoned elementary school to sit there and practice bondage. His friend wants to be an expert bondage performer, so he uses his best friend as a guinea pig, as a practice thing. Well, halfway through their session of him tying him up, they end up having sex, and they both proclaim that they love each other. It's very random. It is not the most well thought out kind of beginning, middle, end thing. Next is called Lion on Friday. This one is about a boy who goes to practice piano every Friday afternoon, and he ends up having a classmate who has no clue who he is sit there and listen to him, and then they slowly become friends. and then they bang bang smash smash just one afternoon. I mean, it's completely random when it happens. Then the boy that was practicing piano stops practicing for a while. He comes back, and the boy proclaims his love for him. Again, it's better than the way I'm describing it. It is good. Let's see. After that one, we have Sheep and Bondage. Yeah, Sheep and Bondage. This one is about a high school physician at an all-boys school. Well, two high school physicians at an all-boys school. The doctor or nurse is sleeping with students because he works on the philosophy that it's better to release the angst than have them be stupid and fight and do other things. And this other doctor who witnessed it happening becomes infatuated, and they end up proclaiming their love for each other. There seems to be a lot of that. It just happens at the end. They proclaim they love each other in each story. The next one is Reign of Love. This one is about a child. Well, he's not even a child. He's 18. But a child of... Okay, so a friend of the father, who they were drinking buddies in college, moves into a property the father owns. The son becomes obsessed with that friend and proclaims his love. Now, they never had sex, but they proclaimed love to each other, and that they would hook up when the kid turns 21. So I don't know. That one wasn't my favorite. I found it kind of dry and dull. Let's see. I don't know another story. I think it might be. Which story are you? Oh, Show Me. Alright, Show Me is about an artist and his model. The model turns out to have been a failed flop artist who ran away from art school because the teacher told him he sucked as an artist. And he ends up falling in love with the art of another artist, and then the artist himself. And the artist falls in love with him. It's a very odd story. It was, again, I found that towards the end they got weaker until you hit Candy and Whip. Candy and Whip was supposed to be her flagship kind of BDSM story, and I'll tell you, it was good as far as plotline goes. If you're not looking at it for hardcore kind of story, like appeal, but it was just odd. They've been friends for years, and they've been sexual partners for years, and it turns out that the one that is performing bondage isn't actually the one that's into it. It's the sub who's into it and gets aroused by it. It's really odd, but it's a very good story. It does have a good beginning, middle, and end. Now, as far as it goes, each story has a good beginning, middle, and end. They all do feel well-rounded and complete. I think my main complaint is I don't like shorts, but each story did feel complete enough and separated enough that I wasn't overly confused or overly dragging in my baggage from the previous story. So yeah, if you guys have read this before, let me know what you think down below. Should be like, a favorite, subscribe, and share this with a friend who likes Yaoi, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Do you like what you see? Then... subscribe!